Tomorrow we shall have one, she said on the video as she walked away. It's all right. No, I liked it. It's good. There's a dog. All is well with the world. Hello. So, State of Decay episode 4. As I said last time, I think this is a peculiar story in so much as it feels as if different disparate elements of it are pulling in different directions. But you can see how this, in a different context, would be, if not a stone cold classic, then, you know, talked about in bated breath. I think overall it doesn't quite hit as true as I want it to. And what's most frustrating is this episode at the end was really good. I mean, really good. Up until it became overly reliant on visual effects. Well, yes, apart from that. Visual effects. At the end. And as Liv and I were just saying, before she wandered off, I just think that conceptually, no matter how you do it, a rocket going up and then turning and going down is always going to look a bit peculiar. Which is a pity, because I think there are some really good things about this. Camilla and the other dude were okay. Oroc's very good. And I like the villages and stuff. There should have been more location work. The location work was beautiful. I really enjoyed that. But for the most part, I mean, this has been a stand-up story. It's just a shame, I think, that by its very construction, it's going to fall flat at the end. Unless, as Liv said, could they have come up with something a bit more imaginative? But I can't, so there we go. Am I going to have to do this every week now for 26 more weeks? Not that I've got a countdown on. But my God, Adric's terrible. He is... I hate saying this, because Matthew Waterhouse is never going to watch this, nor should he. But I just think the concept of the character is clumsy. No, that's not fair. The concept of the character is actually quite ambitious for Doctor Who. And like I've said, there's you know, if he wasn't, I'm going to steal this word from the academics that I read, codified as a companion, this could be something quite new and quite funky for Doctor Who, especially given that we've got this sense of this E-Space, you know, we know it to be the E-Space trilogy, which for those of you that don't know, why wouldn't you know if you're watching this, my God, you know, this is going to come to an end sooner rather than later. But there is, and we've just had a reference taking back to the Starliner, you know, which seems an appropriate thing to do with him. But he's just, there's a complete disconnect between the potential for the character and what Matthew Waterhouse can bring to it. And that's such a pity. And it's such a pity because we've got Lalla and Tom, a superb TARDIS team. Let's never forget how good Harry Sullivan was with Sarah and Tom. We talk about Sarah Jane and Tom as being this absolutely immaculate TARDIS team. Well, Harry Sullivan was part of that. And when Harry Sullivan was part of that, that team was different, but as good, in my opinion. There's nothing to say that a third member of the team, sorry, K9, sorry, there's a dog here, I don't want to cause offence, but a third member of that team couldn't have also, you know, brought other elements of that relationship out. But there we go. So this last season, I'm finding it a really odd thing. It may be my lack of familiarity to it. I don't know. I do know. I mean, we're going to get to Logopolis soon. I've seen that 1,000 times. Yeah. But State of Decay is, at the very least, good. And is probably very good. And I think the further away I get from it, and the less my lasting memory of it is a flipping gloved hand. I didn't need the X-ray bit. Oh, my God, that was terrible. Anyway, but a gloved hand coming out of the soil and the rocket just going, oh, look at it, look at it. No. Bosh, say the thing, but all good. You know, people, we're getting very close to a big change, aren't we? I mean, we're pretty close to a change, and then we're getting very close to a big change. In fact, it's coming thick and fast now, isn't it? Oh, exciting times ahead.